Like, you're on, Max.
Since that day, I just haven't taken it off. And my nan is like an amazing whistler.
No, it's not really popping off today.
Jeremy's my husband, so he was forced to be in the band. He changed his MySpace. You did not see me here.
Everyone else was getting drunk and we were like, no, we're going to go get some ice cream.
I reckon 70% of my life I haven't been in my body.
I need to give that a go. No.
So literally the music
That
worked
does not
up until my
happen.
cousin.
That
So
she was
awkward.
gonna-
Everyone was freaking out. And oh God, I was glad when you did it because I was thinking, do I have to? But I fell over.
Yeah.
We're literally matchmakers.
I'm going to let Nick from the Wet Whistles down.
Max, I have to tell you something that might come out. I love when somebody's whole body plays the guitar.
How did you get
that?
all these people?
Who is this guy?
Welcome back to Ladies Love Country.
We're your hosts, two wannabe Aussie cowgirls with big playlists and even bigger energy.
This is your backstage pass to country music, Aussie festivals, and all the chaos that comes with it. Boots on, mic's hot, let's get into it. She's gone from a girl in Canamble with a dream to a golden guitar winning, chart topping, festival headlining powerhouse. Today we're talking to Max Jackson about how she has done it all and why this is only just the start for her. She makes everything a little bit more country and we're absolutely loving it. Thank you so much for coming on Ladies Love Country.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me, ladies. Does everyone say that? They have to say the ladies in the intro.
I love it. In the emails now they're calling us the ladies.
Yeah, they
which I
probably
love
just
it.
don't know which one's which. They just say, hey, ladies.
That's funny. I know it's Grace and Holly.
Yes, Max.
I'm glad we got that down.
Welcome to the show, Max.
Thank
We are
you.
so excited to chat with you. We had a little chat beforehand, but we're so excited to talk to you about your kind of like music that you're going to be releasing in the next few months, and then any kind of like festivals you've got on, and you just did the Fresh Country tour as well.
Yes.
Super keen
And
to hear.
co-hosting Tamworth Music Festival as well.
Yes, oh my gosh.
She's a busy girl.
Our boy crush of the week.
Oh gosh, I didn't
So,
even think about this.
You mentioned before you like supporting small artists, so it's a great opportunity to like. This is kind of why we do it, because we're like, okay, like who are you listening to at the moment? Like new names, but it also can just be OG ones. Like my cowboy crush yesterday was Tucker Wetmore. So
Yeah, I'm trying so
there's
hard
no
to
judgment in this. Have you got yours, Hol?
I've got mine.
You
Are
wanna
we
go
doing Cowboy
first?
Crush? Yeah.
Yeah,
Cowboy
cowboy crush.
My
Crush.
Cowboy Crush is Cameron Marlowe. His
awesome.
voice is just unreal, and I was watching this video of him playing on stage with Megan Moroney,
Yeah.
and even she, like, he starts singing and she just turns her head, and it's just like incredible. Like, oh, I love his voice so much, so he's definitely my Cowboy Crush
That's
of the week.
really cool. I got a photo with him at CMA Fest because I got to co-host interview him. Which was so cool. And I was talking about him coming, out to Australia last time I saw him at the Laney show, and I thought he was so good, and I thought he like fit really well into like to the Australian crowd, because some American artists don't understand our Aussie sort of sense of humor, or like the fact that we don't sort of take ourselves too serious.
Yeah.
And I find sometimes if people are a little bit too serious, they just don't connect with Aussie crowds like on
100%.
a super like tight level. And he was like sort of making jokes and like making fun of himself, and I thought that was like so Aussie, and I said that to him, and he was like, oh, I never even knew that about like Aussie humor or whatever.
Yeah.
So I really like him too. He was really nice.
Right.
Okay, my cowboy crush of the week is Keith Urban.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jeremy.
Yeah, well, it's
Sorry,
Jeremy. It's Jeremy always, but
Who's going to let Nick from the Wet Whistles down?
Yeah.
love you, Nick. That was literally so funny. He came
That was
into the
hilarious.
He came into the dressing room and was like, Max, I have to tell you something that might come out.
So, for those who haven't seen the TikTok, Instagram post, we were asking the Wet Whistles at the Fresh Country tour who their cowboy crush of the week is, and Nick said Max Jackson. He's a magic.
So funny. And he goes, it's within the realm of possibility, didn't he? Yeah. So funny. Oh, such a legend,
And we
honestly.
were like, keep dreaming, buddy.
That's too good. Too good. I love this segment. Let me tell you why I love Keith Urban.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us more.
So
about
I
Keith
love
Urban.
him specifically right now because I just went to his concert 2 nights ago.
I was going to say he's in
Oh,
Australia
with Chase
at the moment.
Matthews.
Yeah.
I saw him in Newcastle, and I've seen Keith so many times, but I just think he is the ultimate cool guy. Like he actually reminds me of Jeremy when he plays guitar because his like whole body is playing guitar, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I love when somebody's whole body plays the guitar. I think that is so hot.
Okay.
Like it's literally like, I don't know, some people just play guitar and then some people play guitar.
Guitar.
I'm going to be watching out for this now.
Oh my
Some
God.
people play guitar and Keith Urban plays guitar. Like really and he's so entertaining. And oh my God, his songs are good. He writes such a good love song. And I think that nobody else writes a love song like Keith. Yeah. Maybe some other people.
Maybe you should go see him.
Yeah, because I feel like Australia, he doesn't get played, in my opinion, that much. Whereas I actually think Americans know him sometimes more than Australians. Because I feel like when Americans come to all the different festivals, they always play his songs. And I'm like, I kind of forget that they're such good songs until I'm hearing them live and I'm like, oh, I forgot this was like a Keith Urban song. I think sometimes they're just not in my repertoire sometimes and then I forget about them. I'm like, oh.
And obviously he's good. Not a new artist as well. And like country music's really trending at the moment. So I think like a lot of the new artists are sort of like at the forefront of our minds.
Yeah.
But for example, I think Keith plays like a lot at CMA Fest. And so we've seen him quite a few times there. And like you might see him in a night that's like stacked with an amazing lineup and he will just not wipe the floor with the other artists, but very close to wipe the floor, as in he is the most charismatic person on stage probably that I've ever seen. Like that's how good he is. And he's such a good singer, such a good musician. And the show is just like hit. And even if it's new or old, they're all hits. It's so good.
So fun.
Have you seen John Party or Kojo on stage?
Yes.
They have charisma.
They absolutely have charisma, but they don't play guitar like him.
No. Touche.
No, I love those guys.
Iconic. Honestly.
Who's your cowboy crush?
It's actually a cowgirl crush.
A cowgirl.
It's a little bit basic this week, not going to lie. It's Ella Langley.
Oh, okay.
I actually haven't said her before, but she's just been, she just released, along with heaps of other country artists, there's a new album coming out. I actually can't pronounce the guy.
With the rap, he's like
it's
a rapper.
all over TikTok.
Yeah, I'm like, is it like Big Plug or something?
Big X Thub Plug.
Yeah. I don't know.
Apologies.
I'm not sure how to say it.
Plug.
He was at CMA Fest with Bailey Zimmerman, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the new album is like...
I will read you who
the artists are crazy.
Okay, please do read us.
Darius Rucker, Jelly Roll. These are all songs in the same album. Bailey Zimmerman, Ella Langley, Luke Combs, Shabuzi, Tucker Wetmore, and Thomas Red.
Yeah. Wow.
How did you get
all these people?
Who is this guy? It's not really that country. But it's definitely, like, we've talked a little bit about this kind of like term that we're calling our audience is country curious.
Yeah, awesome.
And like it's basically like us bridging the gap between like city people who are maybe just like just starting to like know like the Morgan Wallens and the Luke Combs and they're not really sure about country music. Yeah. And then, you know, we're kind of our aim is to broaden their horizons. And like that's kind of really doing that with the genre.
Yeah,
so,
like cross genre.
Whatever this genre is, like hip hop, R&B kind of vibe, and then bringing in like country artists, it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I love it. I'm all for all of the collab things, like whether it be country or not.
Yeah.
And you know, there's all that sort of like, oh, you can't, that person's not country and that thing's not country. I don't care.
It's becoming mainstream now.
Yeah.
So I feel like more people are, well, maybe I'm in a bubble, but more people are being accepting of it.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, because there definitely was a stigma around country music and people are like, oh, it's like, you know, like, especially because we're from the city.
Yeah.
Like it's very like, oh, hillbilly kind of vibe. But
we're
here to change that stigma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It actually leads to my song of the week. Song of the week.
Take it away,
perfect.
Song of the week
is Jessie Murph, because she is, I think she's a great example of it. I listened to an interview she did the other day, and because she doesn't call herself country, but she won a country award, and she's like, I think there's so many more amazing country artists than me. But at the same time, she doesn't want to put herself in a box, and I think that is true with the whole like genre. It's like, oh, I only can play country, and she's like, one song might be country, one song might be pop, and like that's okay. And so her song is The Man Who Came Back. Oh my goodness, I recommend you listening. I was crying at work listening to this song. This is the one I sent the video
I haven't
of me
watched that
me
yet.
crying because I had it in my ears. I've been listening to it non-stop. It's like the saddest song ever, but it's so good, and I feel like you can tell she's such a good writer because obviously I haven't experienced anything like what she talks about, but I can feel exactly how she felt in that moment. And I think, it's just amazing. I recommend.
There's that authenticity.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And
obviously.
she said when she wrote it, she wasn't even sure she was ever going to release it because it was like so personal to her. And then she's now like playing it at concerts because she's like, I've realized so many other people feel the same way and resonate with this story that I felt like I had to share it, which I just think is amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah, well,
listen to it.
I did listen to one of her songs the other day and I was like, this doesn't sound country at all.
Yeah, but her voice
I still
is
like
a bit
it.
country.
Yeah.
It's like she's got this sort of, I don't know.
Raspy a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but
She has a cool voice. I really like her voice as well. And she's done, I feel like I've never like gone to listen to her music, but like somehow I just know it.
yes,
Like,
and
I know all the songs.
She did a collaboration with Co Wetzel. Like she's done a couple country collaborations. But yeah, her song is amazing.
Oh, that's
Speaking of,
awesome.
who would your dream collaboration be with? If you had to collab with any artist,
So many.
it can be dead or alive.
Sort of not the obvious. Like the obvious for me is Dolly Parton.
Yeah,
Just
I think that would be so fun.
we don't blame you. For
Yeah,
that.
I'm like, is that an okay answer?
No,
Because
100%.
I sort of just feel like I've said that since I was so young. I feel like that's sort of a question I get a lot, and I think it would be Dolly. If it's like a new artist, I really love Lainey.
Oh, he preaches to the choir here. I'm
think
so
she's
excited
just-
she's coming back.
Yeah, she's just like a real girl, you know. Like there's a few girls in the industry that I'm super close with, and I love the girls who, you know, are just there to be good people and in the industry to be good people. And I think that Lainey just is the epitome of that.
Yeah,
I agree.
She's done so well the last few years. We like, I was like hardcore in love with her. Like she was my cowgirl crush every week.
Yeah,
and
so
we saw her at CMC, and then she did the tour. Like she played Round the Corner from here, and I was like, Holly, we have to go again.
Yeah.
We just went and saw her again. I bought tickets like half an hour before
the show.
we were like running down the street, like so excited. She was iconic. Like she was just,
She is like a ball of like energy and entertainment. And I think like that for me, I really relate to that because I'm like, I am not trying to be cool in any way, shape or form. Like I feel like some artists, they're like, you have different goals. Like some artists are trying to be cool. I'm not cool in any way, shape or form. So I'm just trying to be entertaining and have fun.
Stage presence. Yeah. Oh, I love it.
100%.
So I relate to her because I feel like, you know, she's not embarrassed to say something that's like, you know, a bit silly or like daggy or whatever. And I think that's like something I
Even
relate
my
to.
favorite thing she does on stage, she literally just like twirls in a circle.
Yeah.
And like the simplest thing like that, I'm just like,
I
you
love
can tell
that.
she's having
so fun. Like I want to be on stage with her.
Yeah. And she's like 100% in it as well.
Exactly.
She's not in a million other places. She's there.
Yeah. Actually, can I do my song?
Yeah,
because I might do one first. So there's a few people that I collaborate with in Australia who, when a like really good song comes out, as in like a really well written song, I always like we send it to each other. And there was a song from her album that I sent to so many people, and it was Whiskey Coloured Crayon.
Oh, I've heard that one. I can't remember how it sounds.
If you have not heard it, it is just, it's like a really sad song as well.
Yeah.
But it's also very uplifting like by the end as well. So it like tells a really, really sad story and a really hard story, but it also has some light at the end. And it's just so beautifully written, like amazing. And I'm all about the energy and stuff. This is a ballad, but it's just from a songwriting perspective.
Yeah.
It's probably not my song of the week because I haven't actually listened to it this week, but it's my song for you guys to go listen to.
Yes.
And that's what
I love a ballad. I was thinking about that the other day. That is like my
You
type
like
of song.
like a deep.
And just to be able to like passionately sing in my car. That's,
I love that too.
Yeah.
I like that in all genres. Like, do you know Thinking of You, Katy Perry?
Yeah.
Like that for me used to be my like car driving
Go-to.
belted out.
Yeah.
It almost could be a country song.
100%. I feel like there's so many songs that I'm like, could it be? That's like someone was saying if Avril Lavigne like released her songs now,
Yeah.
they almost would be country.
So good. Is it like I'm With You?
Yeah, exactly.
That song is so good. Well, I got to meet you guys at the Newcastle show of Fresh Country, which was so cool. And I think I said to you, so do you guys do lots of hosting? And you were like, I think was that your first one? Yeah. And you did such a great job. And like, I love doing hosting and interviewing and stuff like that. Like it's sort of something that I just stumbled into, I guess. I just like talking. I just talk a lot.
I have that in common with you.
And it's a good thing, right? It's particularly a good thing in country music, I think. Like my husband, Jeremy, I'll probably talk about him a lot throughout the interview because he's such a big part of everything that we do. But he's always like, when we go to this thing, can you just not ask people like everything about their life? Because I actually... like, just so that we're not there forever. Like, he's like, it's really good, but maybe just, you don't need to know like what hospital they were born in.
Do you do many meet and greets?
I love meet and greets. Yeah, that actually is my favorite part of the show. I sometimes wish I could do it before the show, so I'm not quite as sweaty.
Oh, I was gonna say, wouldn't you be like, I don't know if you get nervous before the show, but I feel like afterwards you'd be like on such a high, you know.
I think it is a good time. Like, I think after is good because you get to celebrate and just sort of.
Yeah.
Also, I think if I went before, I'd probably have no voice by the time I went on stage because I talk so much.
They'd be like, "You're on, Max."
Actually. I love meeting country music fans and I really love making, hopefully giving them a great experience, even if it's 2 minutes that I get to talk to them. Parents raised me as a country music fan. And I was saying to you girls before that I just didn't know that there was any other type of music. Lucky I really loved it and really connected to it. But it was just country music from the very beginning. And I think one of the things that actually really made me fall in love with it was the meet and greet thing. Just really felt like those artists were really down to earth and really nice people. And like I felt like they were my friends.
Because I was going to say, you have a lot of like young girls who fans. Like I feel like at Fresh Country, we were looking out on the crowd and it's just the young girls absolutely love you. And I think that becomes such a special moment for you to be like a role model to these girls, and these girls will look up to you and like their songs will obviously inspire them. And you kind of, I think we always talk about girls, it's kind of nice hearing from female artists because they are going through the same things that we are. And so that's so important in that aspect. So I think it's like so cool to do the meet and greets because it kind of puts a personality and like you're actually a real person, I guess, that they get to meet. And
absolutely. And people get nervous and that's like a whole thing that took me a while to get used to. I'm like, why are people nervous to meet me? I'm just a normal person, but like I think particularly when they're young or they're kids and they sort of see you up on the big stage and then like all of a sudden you're standing right in front of them and it might sometimes be, a kid's mum sort of speaking for them and saying, oh, they love your music. And then they start to come out of their shell. And it's so nice, especially like country music festivals. Like I've got some really big festivals coming up that I'm just so looking forward to playing at because they're all ages. And there are like a lot of venues that you play at. I think particularly right now in my journey, I'm starting to do my own headline shows and my own ticketed shows, my own tours and things. And there's a lot of venues that you can't have kids in.
Yeah.
And like that's totally fun and everything. It's really fun to do the 18 plus shows, but I just really look forward to the all ages shows because I think the kids just bring something, something even more to it. They're very excited to be there. Sometimes it's their first ever concert. I guess that's something that the kids like too. They're like, oh, what denim thing is she going to be wearing today?
Yeah.
And my mum makes all of my outfits too.
We actually wanted to talk about
this.
We
were going to say you have a very like strong like brand image, like you with your style and like how you kind of like perform and show up on stage. And I think that's like it's really great to like see kind of like your kind of like image shine through all aspects of what you're doing on stage. So I guess we had questions on like, did you like, obviously you have your double denim set and you've got your like trucker hat, so did you like deliberately create a brand image for yourself, or did it just kind of happen organically?
I think it's a little bit of both. I've always been really inspired by artists who I would say like you could almost like dress as them for Halloween. Like I always think about that. So I always think about that because when I was younger, I was like, I'm not that different in age to like Taylor Swift. And I remember when she was first releasing like Tim McGraw and her early country stuff, I was just so obsessed with her because, she was the same age. She was writing country music, playing guitar, all the things. And also I just loved, you know, she would have like the sundresses and the cowboy boots, and it was sort of like you could then dress as her. Like you could curl up your hair and put your dress on and your boots, and you could be like Taylor Swift, you know. So another artist that I love who's not country but you know, does the same thing as Katy Perry, and when she had the blue hair, you know, she would wear like the blue wigs and stuff, and so I went to a concert and, you know, everyone's dressed as Katy Perry, like that sort of thing. So I guess it's just sort of like seeped in, but I think some of the things I just sort of fell into, like I remember when I was in Nashville last year, I think it was, I wore a trucker hat to something, and then I feel like since that day I just haven't taken it off.
Literally.
I sleep in it, actually. No. But yeah, it just became a thing. And then my mum, so she makes my outfits, so obviously touching on that, so the great thing about it is, number one, I get something unique every single time. She's super talented, and she just like will whip things up, and I will turn up to her house and she'll be like, can I put this vest on you, and check the size? Like she gets it so close every single time. She's got like a mannequin now that's done to my measurements.
How did she do that? How did she learn?
Well, she just used to make her own clothes when she was younger. I think just sort of, she was always into fashion, and she still has some of the dresses that she made. But what she would actually do, this is actually really cool, she would try to like remake like Dolly Parton's outfits and stuff.
Oh, that's iconic.
So she has this one that's like a orange dress that had like brown, like sort of velvety looking material on it. And I remember she showed me the dress that she has still. And then she showed me like the Dolly Parton outfit that she sort of took it off. And I guess I don't know whether it was a mix of like wanting to dress the way that the artist did that she liked. And my mum's a hairdresser. She always like loves singing around the house and stuff, but never sort of had the opportunity to learn or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know whether it was like she wanted to just dress like those people, or it was like she wanted to dress like that and, you know, lived out in Canamble, and where are you going to get that from? You know, like there was probably no online shopping like today.
Going to the pub as well, like on a Friday night, like in your orange dress.
Exactly. But do you know that I had pink hair before?
I did. I was actually going to, talk to you.
So I had pink hair and then I dyed it to blonde, and I remember because I wanted to do this shoot that was like sort of like changing my hair and like the new era. Taylor Swift. And I said to my mum, I really want like to wear like a denim top and jeans. And she was like, I'll just make you one. And that was sort of the first one. And then it's just continued on from there. Yeah, so the hats, I found a few in Nashville when I was over at CMA Fest, and they actually had this really cool thing that I think maybe some people are doing in Australia now, which is like the trucker hat bars at like festivals and stuff, where you can like pick out the patches and then pick the coloured hat, and then they put it on for you with like a heat press. And yeah, so I got like one over there, and it had like a chain on it and all this cool stuff. And then I got home and my mum has an embroidery machine, and she was like, we could just buy the blank ones, and then we could just like write like your song names and stuff on them, or like bits of your lyrics and stuff like that. So we just started making a few for me, and then people would be like, where can I get the, you know, I'll bring the country music hat. Yeah. And I'll be like, my mum embroidered it for me. And then, so I started to make like, I've done this little side thing that's called Hats Like Max, but I haven't put too much effort into it because it's sort of just, life is so busy. But I do have this little side Instagram that has 4 styles of hats, which are the ones that I wear on stage as well. And just so that people can, you know, wear the same one if they like it. Yeah. And I hand bedazzled. I was actually backstage at Wade Forster's show in Tamworth with the bedazzler out, and he was like, don't get that near any of my clothes.
Just put a couple on.
Yeah. And I was doing this the night before I was hosting the Golden Guitar Awards as well. So yeah, just I have like a little hot fixer, and I just bedazzle everything, and everything that I wear is pretty much like, you know, made, other than the actual jeans I wear.
And so is there anyone in your family that's musical?
No. So like everybody loves music.
Yeah.
Huge music fans. My nan is like an amazing whistler. This is so weird.
That is a real skill, because I tell you now, I cannot whistle, and I've been practicing and it doesn't work.
Go on, do it.
I have to like breathe in.
It's as good as your harmonica playing.
No, it's not really popping off today. I swear. Usually today. I practice when I walk the dogs. If you see me walking around with Lara whistling, it's me.
That's so good. Well, yeah, my nan, like, honestly, she can whistle so amazing and like in tune, and like like with a vibrato and everything, like, you know, like shaky, like when people sing, it's like that,
Yeah.
but she whistles.
Oh,
so I'm
I wanna
like,
do
maybe that's where
My
my
musical talent came from.
Is she still around? Could she do lessons?
Oh, honestly, it would be amazing. She is still around. I don't know how she'd go with lessons.
No, I really need some help.
She actually, I have always said it would be so good to have like had her like feature on a song.
Oh, you should definitely do that. Going back to the band and like your style and stuff, we also love the style of your band.
Yes.
Like, how did that kind of come about? Because they wear the coolest like button-up shirts.
I want
like,
that Brooks and Dunn shirt with the
Yeah.
flames.
Yes,
so
yeah.
cool.
So all of the shirts are Jeremy's. So, and then
He must have a massive wardrobe.
yeah, he does. He actually has way more space in the wardrobe than me, guys. My denim is just all folded up, chucked in the drawers. But no, he has some great shirts, and a lot of them are like Brooks and Dunn vintage, like Wranglers, and then there's a bunch of different ones that he's sort of found. And we actually like bought those shirts when they were not in fashion like at all, but now they're really expensive.
Yeah.
Where did he get them all from?
So you get them from lots of different vintage stores. Like you can get them on eBay, you can get them on Depop. So you usually just search up like Brooks and Dunn Western shirt or whatever. But
need to do some
yeah,
sourcing.
it's literally just sourcing vintage clothing. And so we were actually getting them at a really cool vintage store in Newcastle. That doesn't exist anymore, but it was really great, and they would be like $50, right? Now, if you want to buy one of those shirts, it's like $150.
Yeah.
Is it?
They're so expensive now because everything country is so trending, guys.
It is.
So true.
Which is obviously great, but it also makes the vintage shopping more expensive. So they're just basically, those vintage shirts, and we just go for the loudest ones that we can.
Love
And we sort of have two for each of the guys in the band because obviously if we go away to play 3 shows, they don't want to stink for 3 shows.
Fair enough.
Where are we going to wash them? Other than in the bathtub or something in the hotel. And sometimes the boys will also wear like a vintage, actually a vintage shirt, that just a t-shirt that has like, you know, maybe Garth Brooks or somebody on it. We do have those as backups as well. So I just find like, you know, the whole thing for me is all about creating a full experience like on the stage. So the boys could just wear whatever they want, but also it's sort of just like having a uniform. They don't even have to think about what they're going to pack or what they're going to bring, and they're not going to forget anything because I'm also going to pack it in my own suitcase.
How did your band like form? Did you know them all before?
Yeah, it's a good
were in the
question.
band?
So all of our band are really good friends of ours, and I have the worst memory. So I actually can never remember how I met people, but it's all sort of like Jeremy's friends before they were probably my friends.
Yeah.
But like, for example, Josh, who plays drums with us, he's just one of our absolute closest friends. Like he's just one of the kindest and like best band members you could ever have, because he goes above and beyond, you know, like some people will just rock up and play the gig. He's like, what time do you want me there? I'll help you guys unload the car. We'll do like, you know, just so much extra stuff, which is so important. Jeremy's my husband, so he was forced to be in the band. And he was actually in another great band before as well called the Viper Creek Band, and he played with them for 7 years, and they're really good friends of ours too. But it just sort of got to the point after I won Star Maker, my shows and stuff were just getting so much more frequent, and he was having to go play another show while I would then hire his friend to play guitar with me, which just didn't make sense. Like we would walk out the door and go opposite ways rather than going to the show, and we also creatively work so well together that it just didn't make sense. So eventually I stole him from the band.
You're coming with
so
me.
So sorry. But yeah, and then also we have Jono. We sort of have like rotating bass players, but we have Jono who also plays with Brad Cox, and so that's why we sometimes don't have him. And Jono and his wife Joyce are like one of our absolute closest couple friends, and like we'll go out for dinner with them, and we've been to their wedding, they came to our wedding, and so it's all just like really close friends that I guess I think Jeremy probably made them mostly through like going to uni.
Where did you meet Jeremy? Can I ask?
In school.
Oh, so you all went to music university?
So I met Jeremy in high school.
Oh, high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have literally been together since I was 17. So, and he was
Wow.
18 and we were just in year 12. And he was basically like at our school, we were like the only sort of 2 people in our year that were like really into music, but he was not into country music at all. So he was like absolute like rock and roll, like classic rock. And he was playing in a band that was really, really successful at a super young age. Like they won some really big band competitions and stuff like that. And so it was sort of always like we were just like the 2 that were like, you know, when we'd get our marks back, I'd be like, what did Jeremy get? I wanted to beat him.
You're like, what is this rock and roll? I've never heard of this before.
And he didn't, I don't think it was that he didn't like country music. It was just more that like he'd grown up in Newcastle. It's a rock and roll town. Like that's absolutely, it was all Silverchair and classic rock and all of that. And, you know, I grew up out in the sticks and moved there and was like, what is this world? But yeah, he just sort of came around to country. Actually, I called him a bit of a hypocrite because he changed his MySpace song. MySpace. We're going back.
Okay, all the way back.
Yeah, MySpace song to a Taylor Swift song after sort of being very like just not liking country, but just really not sort of. And then he changed it to a Taylor Swift song, and I was like, how can you even say that you don't like country music? And then you change it to Taylor Swift, and I don't know. I've never asked him fully, but maybe he just changed it so he could talk to me.
I was going to say, I feel like it was a ploy for sure.
It sounds like that.
So that's how long we've been together, and we've been married now for almost 3 years.
I was going to say, how was that Messina the other night?
I forgot about that. I'll tell the story. It's okay to tell.
We went to the Fresh Country tour on the Friday night at the Sydney show, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna sneak off because the Messina HQ is next door. I was like, I'll just sneak off down. We bump into Matt and
I was like, you did not see me here.
We were like, everyone else is getting drunk, and we were like, no, we're gonna go get some ice cream.
I actually relate so hard to that because like, you know, at the end of the night you just need a little something, like some food. We usually go to the kebab shop because it's like the only thing open, but when there was a Messina right next to the venue and I had already finished being on stage, I'd already done my meet and greet, and I was like, I'm in for ice cream. And then you guys caught me out.
We were on the way there. Yeah.
I had my hood on, didn't I? I was like walking, I was like, you did not see me. So funny. But yeah, I'm always up for a little snack.
Do you write music with Jeremy?
We collaborate a lot on, I guess, the way that the song's going to turn out. Yeah. But he has this thing where he's like, he doesn't care about the lyrics.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Does that blow your mind?
Do you write lyrics first or kind of like the melodies first?
I always come up with the concept of the song first.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's always like
more.
either the title or it's like it's going to be a song about this and blah, blah, blah. So it's like I definitely come up with the concept and then I sit down with my guitar and it's sort of like, I would say comes at the same time. Yep. But then sometimes like something, you know, I might just write like average lyrics in there and then be like, oh, I'll replace that later and sort of come back to it. But I definitely find that I need to like seize the moment because as soon as you go into something else, that inspiration is completely gone. I actually said this yesterday and this is going to sound so bad. I reckon 70% of my life I haven't been in my body.
I resonate with that so much. I'm constantly like, I mean, I have ADHD.
Yeah.
I'm diagnosed. So yeah, most people can recognize that. I don't need to tell you. I'm 4 million places up here.
Absolutely.
One person down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But something I do like to do is that like actual like, or like, have you guys ever done like the tapping thing before?
Sorry, what?
There's like
not this.
There's like this tapping, there's like this tapping thing where you like bring, I don't know what it is, but I saw it on something once before where you like tap and then it brings you like back into your body.
Maybe
super weird.
I need to give that a go.
I don't know what it's called, so I'm not going to give any sort of advice. But there's like a tapping thing that brings you back into your body. I've had to perform at some things that are really emotionally hard to perform at. So I'm good at like swallowing down the emotion, getting through the performance, and then dealing with it after. So that's something that I've learned.
What kinds of performances were hard?
I had to perform at a friend's funeral, which was really hard. Yeah, like in school. So a friend of mine who, this is very deep and very dark, but a friend of mine took her life in at the end of school, and it was really, I think I've sort of pushed the emotion of that down a lot, which you would do, you know, as a kid. But yeah, I sang at her funeral, and that was really hard. And I just remember I just went somewhere else. Like, I don't know. And that's probably where I got the go somewhere else thing.
Yeah.
And also when you're the singer, people always ask you to sing at things like that. Like, I've actually been asked to sing at quite a few funerals before. Lots of weddings. I find weddings really emotional to sing at, even if I don't know the people, because I love and I understand it. And I'm like, oh, this is the biggest day of somebody's life, you know?
Yeah.
Celebrating like their love, and I really, but when it's people I know, I've sung at a lot of my family members' weddings and stuff like that. Actually had a hilarious moment happen at one of my cousin's weddings, because so she was like, I'm not going to make you sing at this wedding because you always have to sing at the weddings and you're going to be a bridesmaid. And I was like, awesome. And then right as she went to come down the aisle, the music cut out.
No.
So literally the music worked up until my cousin went to walk down the aisle. And so I just sang. I was like, this is so awkward. Everyone was freaking out, and it just got straight to the chorus. And I was just like, it cut off right before the chorus. And I just like, I literally just sang it. And she was like, after we came back, she's like, thank you so much. And my other cousin, who was a groomsman, he goes, oh God, I was glad when you did it, because I was thinking, do I have to do it?
Sang the song that she was walking.
I just sang the chorus of the song that cut out.
Were you already
lucky you knew it?
I was already up there.
Oh my god!
Lucky you knew the song. Imagine you were just like, I'm gonna freestyle this
I actually can't remember exactly what song. It was an Ellie Goulding song. I remember that. It wasn't the one from the movie that was massive, but it was another, like, it was a really nice song and everything. But yeah, I just sang the chorus.
Do you have any like pre-show rituals that you do with your band, or just with yourself?
I just sort of try to get my breathing. It's actually like crazy how much fitness it takes to do my show.
Yeah.
Like,
imagine. There's like, I heard Taylor Swift practices by like literally running on the treadmill singing her songs.
Yeah.
Because you're basically dancing on stage and having to sing.
Exactly. It's actually really, really hard. And sometimes I get to the point, I actually had to go to a breathing coach recently because I was just struggling with it so much. And he was helping me so much with this whole like breathing through your nose instead of through your mouth, and like actually just slowing, because he was saying when you get breathless, you think you need more air. So you breathe really deep. But what you actually need to do is like stop breathing for a second and allow your lungs to actually like relax. And I was like, wow, okay, that actually works.
Did it?
So sometimes I turn around to my drummer and he goes, you just sort of stop there for a second and you're like, and then you go back to breathing and performing, and I'm like, I just need to get my breath back. Sometimes my drummer, Josh, he puts on the Braveheart speech, like the really deep Braveheart speech right before we walk on.
He does it or just plays it?
No, he puts it on YouTube. Sometimes it's a random thing that just happened once, and now it comes out every now and then, or we'll just put like, I don't know, a song on. I want it to be Hoedown Throwdown.
Oh, that would be
an
fantastic.
Absolute classic.
Well, a lot of this stuff Gina Jeffries taught me, like in her mentoring sessions. She really like helped me with like that power of like what you say and what you think. And so that was like a big thing from her, is like, if you say something negative to yourself, just replace it with something positive. And it would be like, oh, I'm nervous, I'm going to forget the words. It's like, you've done this song 20 times, you've never forgotten the words, you're going to be absolutely fine. Also, people like it when you forget the words because they like know that you're human, and also they go, oh, we were at the show when she forgot the words. Or for example, you guys weren't at the Melbourne were you at the Melbourne show? No. Well, you weren't at the Melbourne show, but I fell over as I was walking out on stage.
I did see that video.
I did not see that.
Did you not see it? I'll send it to you. It's great. I did a whole post for it. But I literally, so what happened was we had Jeremy and Bo on opposite sides of the stage. And so Jeremy and I both have wireless guitar packs. And that means like that we don't have a lead from our guitar.
Oh, that's
so
good.
Bo though has a guitar lead, and he's usually on the other side. So he throws it out a certain way, right? So that he doesn't slip over it. But because he was on the opposite side of the stage, he threw it out towards where I was coming on the stage. Didn't think, obviously, and he felt so bad about it. But I walked out and I just literally stood on top of his guitar lead that was like real slippery, and my whole leg just went out. And this is like as I'm walking out onto the stage. And it felt like it went forever. It felt like I was down for 2 minutes, but I was down for 2 seconds. And I don't even know how I got the strength, but I just like all of a sudden like my legs were just back up and I was like, oh, and everyone was just like, yeah, like in the crowd, literally just like pumped me up. And then I always say there's something unique about every show, right? Like it's whatever it is, there's always something very specific about every show. And this was, I was like, this is the first time I've ever fallen over on the stage. And everyone was like, yes. And after the show at the meet and greets, the weirdest thing, like people were like, we're always going to be the ones who were at the show when you fell over. Like they feel like they're so lucky because they were there when you fell over. And it's actually so funny. So it was probably one of the best shows, like energetically for me, that I've ever had, because it was like I got all of my, because I laughed so hard through the entire first song of me falling over. I reckon I just got any like nervous energy out, and it just like made me settle in. I was like maybe
relax a bit.
Maybe I just need to fall over at the start of every show.
Just do a fake one. Oops.
Actually could be a very good part of the show now. Like actually dummy.
The Bravehearts motivational speech and then an accidental trip.
Like, do you know there's a fan actually that's started dating someone or like seeing someone because of Ladies Love Country?
What?
Yeah.
How do you know
that is great.
Messaged me and was like, I'm seeing this guy and it's because we like told
thinking
Grace,
about
like,
everyone you've had on.
no, not famous. But Grace set up a group chat of these girls in Queensland who all like country music but didn't necessarily have another person to go to a festival with.
I
and
literally
talk
love
with.
that.
So we made Ladies Love Gimpy group.
Oh
We
my
put a bunch
God,
of
I
random
didn't know
girls
you
in there
did
that
that.
messaged us.
That
Being like, we have no one to go with. And we're like, we're going to go, but like, we just don't have like the capacity to like be with you the whole time. Let me put you in touch with these other girls that we know that
you
are
should
going.
do one of those groups for every town.
we
Were you doing that?
We're going to do that.
Yeah.
That is so good. And then you could have like a head ringleader for each town and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
we should.
Yeah.
Night.
the ringers.
We can knight them.
Anyway, and so one of the girls in this group like set the other girl up with one of her friends, and now they're seeing each other. I was
That's
like,
so good.
We're literally matchmakers.
I am about to go on like the next little leg of my tour. So we're sort of like placing little bits of the tour throughout lots of different festival slots, because obviously if I'm going to play a festival slot in a certain town or certain area, there's sort of we can't tour in that place. So at the moment we're trying to find little pockets of time in between, and so we're about to go to Victoria, which I'm really excited about. And we have Bendigo, Melbourne, and Nuge. Nuge Pub is like a bit of like a place I've heard lots of people playing, and I've never been there.
That's so cool.
I've never been there either.
So I'm excited about that. Yeah, it's like Nuge is the place, and then Nuge Pub is like what people play at. So I'm excited about that. And the great thing about this that I absolutely love is I'm like playing quite intimate venues. So I really love it because it's like my first headline tour. We're keeping it that it can be like everyone can feel like we're all really close in together, and we're having, you know, like it's like that introduction to like what is my touring going to be like. And yeah, I'm just really like cherishing this time because I'm excited about just meeting people more one-on-one and having a bit more time to actually like talk to people at the end of the shows. So that's the next part of that. And we're actually going to be playing a couple of shows like in Cairns later in the year, which I'm excited about. And
is
then
that Savannah in the Round?
We're playing at Savannah in the Round, yes, but we're also playing another couple of headline shows up that way a little later in the year. So Savannah in the Round first. October is crazy.
I was going to say, because you have Deni as well.
I have Deni, I have Groundwater.
We also will be
the
there
Bend.
for those two as well.
Yeah.
I'm also at the Bend in Adelaide, which is like the car racing, and that's a massive day as
Yes,
well.
we're in
Not to take away
festival
what you're
season.
doing, but we feel like we're also on
Are you in
tour.
training?
We're literally in training as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Gimpy's
a
like our
huge month.
practice, and then I feel like it's
full
steam ahead.
Full steam ahead.
That's it. I love that, and I love being
We're so
busy.
excited. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you
on.
so much.
It was so great chatting with you and like getting to know a bit more about you and your music and like what inspires you. So yeah, it was really great chatting with you, and we lost track of time. So I feel like we have so much more to talk about. So we'll have to get you back.
We'll
on.
see you again.
Part 2 coming soon.
Yeah.
Wait. Also, yeah, and that's a wrap on this week's episode. That's you, right?
Yeah.
If you laughed, learned something, or just love a bit of chaos, give us a follow. Give us a follow. That's a bit shit, isn't it?
What else would you say?
Follow us, leave us a... No, I want to reword it.
This is where you've got to sell yourself.
I know. I'm okay with that. Does that sound all right? Give us a follow, leave us a review. Is that all right? Leave us a review, follow us on Oh, then I said you'll find us on Instagram
That's right.
and TikTok at Ladies Love Country for extra gossip and behind the scenes cowboy grade nonsense.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you say, until next time, keep your boots on. Oh, I think wait.
Until next time, keep your boots on and your playlist.
I say playlist loud. Yeah.
Yeehaw. Exactly. It translated to yeah, not yeehaw.
See, Apple Podcast says yeehaw. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Speaker one.
Go.